So my name is Rick van Beem. I'm a PR manager for PlayLogic International, and yes, 3 years ago our in-house studio, PlayLogic Game Factory, made a concept of this idea to do something wacky with Western fairy tales. So basically what they've done is they tore all the fairy tales apart, put them together again, and made their own story out of it. So in our game, Fairy Tale Fights, you play one of 4 once upon a time famous fairy tale characters. Something has happened, somebody has robbed them from their fame, so their fairy tale is in danger of being forgotten or being destroyed. And you need to go on quests to find out who did it, who stole your fame, and also you need to regain your fame by going on to quests. And other influences have been Ren and Stimpy, Itchy and Scratchy from The Simpsons, and Happy Tree Friends. So what we try to do with this game is to make it comedy, over the top slapstick, because Fairy Tale Fights is a hack and slash platform adventure, and basically you walk in this beautiful idyllic fairy tale world, and then you start fighting and everything will be covered in blood. And it's this contrast between cute characters, nice world, and the over-the-top slapstick violence which makes it funny. Basically everything is covered in blood, and you can slide through the blood, and you can it's fantastic. Something else we are very proud of is our real-time slicing technology, which basically allows you to cut through polygon models in real time. Normally in a video game you press a button and then an action or animation kicks in. With our game everything happens in real time. You see a picture-in-picture to enlarge the gory effect, and you can just cut through an enemy. You can cut him in two, like vertical. So you can sever him horizontally or diagonally, anything you want. You can cut off an arm or a finger. It's all up to the player, and you control all this with the intuitive controls. Basically you control your character with the left analog stick, and all your arm actions, depending on what weapon you're holding, are controlled with the right. We also have something developed which is called real-time dynamic bone crushing, which you do with a blunt weapon. And there are like 140 weapons in the game, so there's a lot of ways you can kill your enemies. And with the blunt weapon you basically see the same picture-in-picture again, but then you see a skeleton, and while you're hitting the character you see all his bones break. And then we also have magical weapons and ranged weapons, and the ranged weapons allow you to fire like guns or bow and arrows at the distance. With the arrows it's nice because the arrows stay sticking in the body. And with, for instance, an acid potion, if you throw the acid potion you can see the skin melting away from the skeleton, and you will see a little skeleton lying around which you can kick against. And so it's all cartoony, so don't worry, but it's all over the top. The original original fairy tales have been like very violent and a bit twisted. So yeah, there is some of that in our game, although our influences are more based, well, the violence is more based upon like modern day cartoons than on the fairy tales itself. But the storylines from those fairy tales and the characters we took from the fairy tale books. Once we decided to actually create this game, we needed an engine. And after a lot of shopping around, we chose for Unreal Engine because it's a very easy engine to work with, and basically supplied us what we needed. On top of the engine, we created our own technologies like the real-time dynamic slicing, which I just explained, and the real-time dynamic bone crushing, and our volumetric liquid system, which is basically allows you to slide through the blood you leave after you kill some enemies. Fairy Tale Fights, you can play it as single player, but the game is best when you play it with a couple of friends. You can play it offline and online in co-op, and this is drop in, drop out, so you can drop in anytime you like and you can drop out anytime you like. We could be sitting on the couch together and we can invite friends online, so any combination goes. Also, we have player versus player pockets, which play a little bit like Smash Bros. Melee, and well, there the sole objective is to kill your buddies, online or offline. And I mean, the last funny game I played has been some time ago, and I think games now are getting more serious and more serious. And people are looking for something new, looking for something funny, something, you know, sometimes I mean, I like shooters, I like Call of Duty, I like Gears of War, but sometimes I just want to play something fun with my friends, and Fairy Tale Fights is that kind of game you can play with your friends. Also thanks to the intuitive control system, anybody can pick it up and play. It's easy to get into, and everybody will just have a ball playing it too.